Yeah. So let's discuss stuff. So how crazy these things really get. So since people are gonna watch this later on, possibly, I'm just here to talk about stuff, right? Well, the picture James Gunn and Zack Snyder took together, people been really arguing about what it means. The Zack Snyder come back. It's like Justice League Part 2, 3, would that come back? Something like that. It's a little depressing that these people think that that's what it means. It's either they're gonna hang out or they're planning Zack Snyder to direct something like that. I really hope he doesn't write anything because, yeah, he's not really a good writer. So I don't know. But yeah, I just think DC needs to. It would definitely be a bad idea if he started writing stuff for it. But overall, that's completely fine. You can probably like just get ready for work. I just did this for fun. I'm not really there. I'm mainly doing this for like the upload. So, but what are your thoughts on the whole James Gunn, Zack Snyder picture? Because people are really overthinking it. Especially Aaron Fisher. Aaron Fisher thinks that Justice League Part 2 and 3 could come out. I just think Zach would probably direct the authorities, probably. Yeah, like it's crazy. But if anything, Zack Snyder could direct the authorities would be perfect for him. His style, his dark tone, and all that stuff. Because I still think that Justice League shouldn't have a dark tone, and they made it have a dark tone. But Justice League should be like bright, you know. I don't know, but it's crazy. If anything, I think he could be an executive producer at stuff, like try to like put stuff together a little bit, and, or like I don't know. I still think it was a bad idea for Zack Snyder to work with them now because I guess it's good that they put their differences aside because Zack Snyder kind of screwed over Warner Brothers, sort of. You know, it sucks that Zack Snyder's not really addressing the uh, toxic people. You know, they're not addressing. He's not addressing the bad side of things. He only mentioned it one time, but yeah, he's not saying stop doing this. You're ruining the reputation of DC or Warner Brothers, stuff like that. I don't know. But it's just crazy. Yeah, it'd be fine, but I don't want him to Zack Snyder to write anything because his writing sucks. Um, the Rebel Moon movies are getting a lot of hate, even from Zack Snyder fans, people are saying, some of them are saying that the writing of the Rebel Moon stuff sucked. Only people that really like it are the people that are like really coping about how good Rebel Moon was. But I'm avoiding watching the Rebel Moon stuff because there's too many negative people really disliking it, and I don't want to like waste my time. Yeah, it, it's just crazy. I think James Gunn and Zack Snyder taking a picture together, kind like that he probably did that just to like get people talking and make it better for DC overall. But yeah, I just think it's gonna be interesting. Whatever happens to possibly Monday, because I heard from people saying that Monday might be the time to focus on. Our friends, why yeah, they don't hate each other at all. They really hung out before because the whole Dawn of the Dead thing. I just hate that Zack Snyder did something that's called Army of the Dead because now I'm thinking Army of the Dead, but it was Dawn of the Dead. Army of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead. It's like what's of the dead? But yeah, I just think if Zack Snyder goes back to doing the whole like 300 type of style, that might work because people are saying they could do Brave and the Bold. Zack Snyder can do Brave and Bold, and I was like skeptical because like Zack Snyder killed off Dick Grayson in the Batman vs Superman, but in 300 the main character had a son that he took care of and all that stuff. Which, if they did it that way, that might be possible with the whole Jason Todd thing. With not Jason Todd, Damian Wayne. Because initially I was thinking, oh, he hates Robin, so like, why make him direct a movie that has Robin in it? So I would say if Zack Snyder returns, it's going to be good with an ugly style. Yeah, the negative thing that would happen if Zack Snyder returns is the Snyder fans are gonna like really say something, it's like, oh, Zack Snyder came back, so why not do the storyline, whatever, right? But that's my issue. Zack Snyder's not saying anything about this. He took a picture with James Gunn, right? Why not post that picture in his account saying we're friends and don't be toxic and stuff like that. Like don't do all those freedom things. But I don't think Zach would say that because that's gonna erase a lot of the fans that he has. it would erase the toxic fans, of course, but I think that's a good majority of his fans. And I'm not saying that the Snyder fans are the majority. I'm saying that I'm pretty sure a big percentage of Snyder fans specifically are the toxic ones. But overall, the DC things, Snyder fans, the toxic ones are like a small percent. But from the Snyder side, probably a bigger percent. Yeah, it's just it's just crazy. But overall, I'm really excited about DC right now because they confirmed the director of the Clayface movie. Yeah, villain origin movies. Yeah, that would be pretty good. I mean, if Zack Snyder's all about like really like smart ideas and his like character like study and all that stuff, Riddler might be good because my opinion, Zack Snyder thinks he's smarter than he actually is because he thinks like, oh, really deep. But once you watch the movie, it's not as deep as Zack Snyder's saying. I don't know, but Riddler might work. If he wants the huge action thing, then Joker. I think Joker is too big of a character. He and plus, I think his well, like other characters, he might not understand the character itself. But again, Joker, the whole point is no one knows what his origin is. That whole idea. So like Joker is a difficult character to pull off. Even with the person that knows about Joker, it's hard to make it an origin, but not make an origin because that's how they pulled off the Joker movie. They made it so it's you don't know if the whole story is true or not, kind of thing, you know. But if he likes the whole muscular idea, and he likes the whole Nolan what Nolan did, Killer Croc film, yeah, that'd be cool. But like what I was about to say is since Zack Snyder likes the whole what Nolan did, he might want to do what do a character that Christopher Nolan did. Like for example, Bane. His Zack Snyder's version of Bane would probably be a lot different than Nolan's version of Bane. Um, that'd be interesting. That's of course he's like really into what Nolan has already done. If he wants the whole character study thing, Toy Man would be perfect because the whole study of a guy that hates adults and he wants kids to rule over the world and stuff like that. It's an interesting concept that Zack Snyder can study on. You know, Killer Croc would be a good one, but like to me, Killer Croc would be good for him. But what Zack Snyder wants, he wants a character to um, be pulled apart. You know, he wants to take apart the character and put him back together, kind of thing. It's like but I don't care about him doing that because again, he ruined Man of Steel because Zack Snyder even admitted he doesn't like Superman. He didn't want Superman to be good. Like he didn't want to fix him. He didn't want to be him to be interesting. You saw that interview. He talked about that. He doesn't care about Superman. In Man of Steel, you can easily see that he doesn't care about Superman. I just gonna put this. See this comment right here. Zack Snyder. Yeah, Zack Snyder is are really good friends. So just gonna put this right here for a little bit. It's gonna be an interesting idea. What's gonna happen overall? I just think um, but other Snyder fans are saying that they could Zack Snyder could probably do an animated version of the Snyderverse and stuff. And then also, see, as the director says, no, we don't want that. We need live action or nothing kind of thing. Even though it's funny because Snyder fans always point out that James Gunn is like a pedo and everything, they always point that out, but Snyder fans never point out Ezra Miller was a really bad person. He did a lot of crazy stuff, and then Amber Heard did really crazy stuff. In my opinion, Amber Heard did worse because she messed with her own husband, which is like a personal thing, versus what Ezra Miller did wasn't really personal. But of course, Ezra Miller, like his effect was way more because he affected more people and all that stuff. But when you talk about levels of like person, they Amber Heard did worse. But overall, I think I kind of want Tarantino to do something. Tarantino seems like he's a fan of comic books, somewhat, of course. And then I would say Bong Joon-ho would be good. The director that did Parasite and, and then the Snowpiercer. He did Snowpiercer. So yeah, it would be interesting about all that stuff. I really hope things get better for DC. Uh, I'm definitely not going to be a person that wants DC to fail. Overall, I want people to be open to all this, and since this is going to be played like later, I want you can probably listen to this in the background when you're doing stuff or something like that. It's going to be an interesting turn of events for most people for the whole DC thing because Superman, I believe, is gonna pull in fans that are not DC fans to actually enjoy this because I remember a lot of a lot of people that didn't care about anything comic books. Once Black Panther came out, a lot of people watched it, even though they weren't interested in comic books at all. It was a cultural thing. Man of Steel can, like Superman can do all that. Wearing a Blue Beetle shirt, the character that is gonna come back for the DCU. But overall, yeah, it's gonna be cool. I just think DC's gonna make it. I'm gonna be happy for whatever DC's gonna do in the future. And you said DC, oh, DC's gonna shut down and all that stuff. Well, they're making after Superman, they're gonna be making Supergirl, Peacemaker. I believe Waller might be being made when that comes out. I just really, really hope things get better. I saw someone go in and out, whatever. But yeah, it's just really crazy how things have got to this point where one picture made a whole discussion. That Zack Snyder James Gunn picture kind of made that whole thing go crazy. Possibly one person came in. I'm not sure, but yeah. But overall, it's going to be an interesting turn of events. All right, just waiting for any news that might come in later because that post kind of hints that something's going to happen. Well, let's figure out what's going on with all that. And since this would turn into a video, I would say you can watch in parts, whatever. So I really hope the thing is if Superman actually does do well, it's gonna possibly uh, shut down shut down people's discussion on that. Snyder fans are gonna pop like some of them are probably gonna be a little more quiet because every post they do, they always say that, oh, it's gonna fail no matter what, DOA and all that stuff. Well, if it does succeed, they're gonna be they're gonna be quiet. But yeah, overall, it's crazy.